So let's start first with what is a private blog network. If you are absolutely brand new to this and you haven't heard of it before, it's basically a network of blogs that you're using primarily to boost your money site. To do this, we use backlinks from there. So every time you link from a site, so you're linking from one of your PBNs to your main money site, it's going to grow somewhat in authority, depending on what the link is like, what website it comes from, what authority that blog has itself. That will then increase your main money site's authority or domain authority, which means more traffic will start to get sent there. Search engines are starting to notice that people are putting links to there, which means it must have some sort of good content on there. Now, the reason it's called a network is because you have multiple domains and blogs here. It's not just one or two blogs. You can have anything from 5 blogs, 10 blogs, up to 100 or a few hundred blogs. I know some companies that do extremely well and they have many hundreds of blogs and they use this as a consultancy. Websites might come to them and ask them, oh, how can I boost my site? I pay X amount to be able to get my site ranked up to the top. And of course, having a great PBN network is one of the ways to get yourself ranked up there to the top. Links online are very much like references. For example, if you have a blog and I have a blog, and then I link to your blog with a do follow link, this means that I'm actually passing down some of my SEO power, because not only am I directing some of the traffic that comes to my website to your website, but I'm also passing down some of the domain authority. Domain authority, if you are unsure what I mean by that, is when you first buy a domain, if it's not expired, if it's a brand new domain, it pretty much starts at a 0 score. The more articles you put out, the more traffic that you get on there, the more links or backlinks that you get to that website, it grows in authority. Search engines will sort of rank you, or you have certain programs that will have a rank, which will sort of give you an idea how you stand with search engines, such as Ahrefs and SEMrush. You can go on there, you can check out your score, see how well you're doing, you can check out how many backlinks you have, but we'll go through that a little bit more in a video later on. Now, this might sound easy, like you can just get a load of domains, websites, just point them all towards each other, but it isn't that easy. There are many ways of actually doing this incorrectly, and getting your PBN almost shut down by the search engines if they do realize that that is what you're doing. Search engines don't particularly like PBNs just because they know that it's one entity that's actually controlling the whole network and they're trying to point to each other. However, by doing everything correctly, making sure that you don't leave too many footprints, which we will go through quite thoroughly later on, it's going to be almost undetectable to the search engines, or something that they're not even going to want to bother with anyway, unless you make some sort of big mistakes, or you copy lots of other material, you put lots of bad backlinks and stuff like that. So now, rather than just explaining it, let's show you a few visuals of what a PBN, or how a PBN will work like. So over here right on the top, we're going to have our money site. Now, this is our main website. This is where we want to make our money from, or it's going to bring in the most traffic. This might be the one where we have our main Google AdSense or something that we want to really grow. If you've got a consultancy, this is going to be the site that you also want to grow. It's going to be the top one on the list. Now, I am going to refer to this as either the main site or the money site throughout this course, and this is really what we want to get growing. So to do this, what we're going to do is right underneath, we're going to start creating a network of blogs. You could have, like I said earlier, you might have a few blogs, you might have many blogs. And what they're going to start to do is they're going to start pointing towards this money site. So as you can see now, we've got a few blogs pointing towards the money site, which means it's going to grow somewhat. If we then increase that by 2, or we double that amount of blogs, you can see that we've got many more blogs pointing towards the money site. Now, for Google search engines, they're going to start recognizing this and start to think, okay, well, they're getting lots of links. We're getting do follow links through there, which means they're passing down some of the SEO power. And it seems that this, the main site that we use, it seems to be ranking quite well. It seems to be answering people's questions when they go on there. On the landing page, they're actually going through, clicking some stuff, and you're generally growing the site's domain power. Of course, having this many blogs, and of course to be a PBN, they are usually controlled by one entity, which is why search engines don't particularly like this, but it's almost a way of being able to create a better website than just getting organic traffic. So of course, although you have all these blogs, you do have to make sure they all look individual. This is going to be a very key part of this process. Footprints are extremely essential. It's almost an identifier of who you are, basically showing the search engines that you are one entity, which you don't want to do. You want to make it look organic and like many different entities. So of course, by creating a bigger blog network, as you can see here, the more arrows that we have pointed with backlinks to our main site, our main site's going to grow and grow. It's going to look very lucrative to other people as well, and this is where the making money online sort of comes from. If you want to start making money and you've got a site that has your whole PBN network is pointed at it, or a certain network which is connected to the niche, you know, they've got to be relevant. You're going to grow a really good site. You're going to start getting a lot of traffic. You might start charging for certain services like guest posts. You might add Google AdSense and other ways, affiliate ways of making money. And this is why private blog networks work, because you can use this as long as you do it correctly to grow your site, your main money site. And once you know what your main money site is there, whether it be selling products, just working on traffic and clicking on ads, or any other ways of making money like that, it's always good to have that in mind and have a good plan and know exactly which one of your sites is going to be the main money site.